I'm super excited to take you on a tour of this incredible property. This is a very unique home. This home was originally built in 1890, so it's been here for over a century, but someone had the vision to renovate it, to bring it back to life, and to breathe new life into this home. Come inside, I'm gonna take you on a tour, but before we go all the way in, take a look at this wraparound porch. You know, they don't make homes like this anymore. The builder actually stripped the paint off the floor and refinished the entire porch. He also painted the ceiling here. He added some recessed lighting. The interesting part about this home is that it does have some historical significance, and we'll get into that later, but like, look at this beautiful wraparound porch. It does go to the other side. There's original doors to take you onto it as well. The front door, this door, and the side door on the other side is also all original. All the siding has been replaced, so when you walk around, you'll see this is all Hardie Plank, but he still maintained some of the original details of the front entrance as well as the front door, some of the window treatments, and the stained glass, which you'll see from the outside and inside, which is incredibly beautiful and like very well maintained. Really beautiful details that are original to the house. And then obviously a lot of the other things have been restored, you know, extra electricity, plumbing, all those good things. If you walk around the porch, you'll notice that it was refinished all the way around. Lots of room for, you know, having a cocktail in the evening with some friends on the porch, just people watching, traffic watching. It's a really nice feature. And honestly, they don't really make homes like this anymore. This is a true Victorian. Again, no one's building Victorians anymore. The stained glass windows have been preserved for over a century, and you'll see them better from the inside. But I'm really excited to show you this house. We show you tours of homes all over New Jersey. So if this is something that excites you and you want to see more, definitely like and subscribe and follow us for more, because we'll be bringing you more and more unique homes in New Jersey. This particular home is in Westfield, New Jersey. Let's go inside and I'm going to take you on a very special tour. Original door. As you walk in, you are greeted by this incredible foyer. It kind of brings you back to the 1800s. It brings you back to a different era. The wood details around the windows, the stained glass windows, the incredible ceiling height. So where we're standing, the ceiling height is about 9 feet. And then obviously you have this grand staircase going up. This is the original staircase. It was refinished, fixed up a little bit, and it has that charm that, again, you don't really see anymore. So I'm really excited that it was restored, that this was not something that was knocked down and, you know, brought to today's kind of usual white oak feel, that it kept this really dark, beautiful mahogany. All the floors in this home have been refinished. They've actually been replaced and then refinished. So you have brand new floors throughout the home, hardwood through 4,000 square feet. This home was in really dire need of restoration. And as you walk through, you'll see how the new elements have been combined with some of the old. So for example, in this grand living room, family room, formal grand room, the fireplace was maintained. It has the original tile, it has the original woodwork, the metal frame of it is the same. I mean, it is the original fireplace. And honestly, according to the previous owner, it is very much functional. So if whoever's purchasing this home decides to light up a fire and get really cozy by the fire, they are definitely able to do so. I love all the wide molding at the bottom. Some of the molding had to be restored, so they had special guys come in to really match the wood, so you don't even know where the old is and where the new starts. They really did an incredible job in this room. Recessed light throughout. Obviously, all the electricity had to be updated. Air conditioning was added to this home. It is a new world in an old home. It's hard for you to see the ceiling height with just through the video, but you know, I'm not that tall, but I cannot, it's a 9-foot ceiling, you know, it's definitely, it feels grand. It feels like a great room. The flow of this home is also really unique and really well built. The flow hasn't really changed. Obviously there was an addition put on, but here, you know, you were entertaining in the living room and then you would walk into this grand dining room. Originally, there was a really big, heavy table here when this house was purchased. So it honestly could fit an 8-seater easily. Right now, we just have it staged with something a little bit smaller, but this is a huge room. You could have a bar in this room. Original doors. You have beautiful arches around the walkway to the front door. Some of the windows you'll notice have a little bit of a waviness to it. It's because it's original glass. Like this is the old glass that was originally in the house. The windows that we were not able to save due to its age or cracks were replaced with new windows, but a lot of the windows in the home are still original. A lot of the details like the doorknobs are also part of the original home, which are phenomenal. The hinges even, some of the hinges were even preserved. Just so you know, originally when you walked into this house, there was a closet here and there was no staircase to take you to the basement. The staircase was in the kitchen. The builder saw a different vision and moved the staircase under the actual staircase. So there is a staircase going down to the basement and it has this beautiful old door with, once again, some stained glass details. So the door was moved, so the staircase was moved. And then as we walk towards the kitchen, you'll see that everything in the kitchen, so everything past kind of the halfway point in the kitchen is all an addition. The kitchen doesn't even look like it belongs in a Victorian. It is incredible. We have an 11-foot island with waterfall stone. 11 feet is the biggest slab you could really get, so there are no seams in the island. So this is the biggest slab you could get. So we really maximized the size of the island here. I love the mixture of color as well. So you have wood coloring on the island, some wood color, you know, some natural wood coloring on the lower cabinets, and then all your uppers are white and bright. This is a Thermador appliance package. So your stove, your hood for your exhaust, your dishwasher, everything is Thermador, your refrigeration, and even your microwave that is inside the island. I'm also obsessed with the tile here. So this is a Zellige tile. You've been seeing a lot of knockoffs of Zellige. They usually look a little bit more shiny. They are all kind of very same, right? Whenever you have not natural stone, it always looks like it's been fabricated, so it's all the same. Here you could actually see the difference in tonality. So you know that this is real Zellige, this is a real stone, and the stone is actually from Spain. That's where it originated from, and that's where the real Zellige tile comes from. And I think it really creates a texture and some like almost luxury to this already extra luxurious kitchen. There are cabinets on both sides, so you do have some extra storage on this side as well. So if you pull your chairs out, you could store platters there and stuff. So it's really nice to have that extra storage space for things that you don't use every single day, but you may need during some special occasions. There is a great breakfast nook here. So honestly, if you feel like, oh my God, I don't need any more tables, I'm good, you could set this up as a little lounge area. You could have couches here. You could reimagine the space, but this is a nice little breakfast nook where you could just grab breakfast, but honestly, in reality, everybody uses the island. But it's here for you. It does have a really great view of the backyard, lots of windows, lots of natural light coming in. The backyard is actually fully fenced in. It is almost 0.3 of an acre. So it is a pretty large size lot for this part of New Jersey. And it is fully fenced in. So, you know, the kids could play in the backyard. You could do your thing in the kitchen. It's a really nice flow, really easy. And then in the kitchen, what you'll also find is that the builder did a tray ceiling. So it gives you a little bit more depth, a little bit more height, and a little bit more architectural detail, as well as LED lighting in the tray. So it gives you a glow. It's a very fun, modern detail in, you know, an 1890s home. As you walk around, on this side, you have like a little coffee bar. Obviously, it could be a coffee bar, it could be a bar, but you do have a wine fridge here. You have plenty of outlets to put your coffee machine here or anything else you may want to do. You have some floating shelves for some decor, and obviously like cabinets for storage. Some beautiful sconces over the island here. You have a full wall of pantry for all your goodies, but then you also have a walk-in pantry. So this is really fun because, you know, sometimes you just like need to store extra things. You did a Costco run, you want to put all your stuff in the closet. This is a great space to keep it. This home does have a garage, but it is detached. So it's not a easy way to store your extra bottles of water or 100 boxes of pasta that you may be buying, 10,000 cans of beans, but the walk-in pantry is great. And also, I love this powder room. How fun is this tile? So you have a pattern on the floor, and then you have a really fun green. And you know, a lot of people have been using color in their bathrooms. You have a really fun green tile on the wall. The builder chose to use white grout with tile just to punch it up a little bit more. You may love it, you may hate it. I would love to hear it in the comments, but I love it. I think it looks fun. I think it gives a little more dimension to the wall. I don't know if I would have done it, but I do love it how it came out. So there's that. One other fun thing that I want to show you before I take you to the mudroom. So these grids, right, that where the vents are, these are original. So some of them have been preserved. Obviously, a lot of them have been replaced, but some of them have been preserved, and you'll actually find them throughout the home. And I think that's a really cool detail that shows you that it's still an 1800s home that's been restored, and we try to keep as much charm as we can. For functionality purposes, there is a mudroom here, which obviously everyone needs. You know, when people are shopping with us, they're constantly like, there's two things, honestly, that every single shopper looks for. They want a mudroom because they want to have a dumping ground for all of their things when they walk in the house. All the kids' sports equipment, purses, lots of shoes, and this really gives you that space. You could hang your coats, you could hide your shoes, you could put your purses in here. There's lots of space for that, which I think is awesome. And then that does take you out to the backyard, and that does take you out to the garage. So if you parked in the driveway, you could walk right in. We're still doing some finishing touches. So there was, everything's been topsoiled, seeded, and then hay was put over it so that birds don't eat all the seed. But the grass is taking a little bit of time to come in. We haven't really had too much rain. The patio stone is actually original. It was picked up, repurposed, and put back together in a new way. So it used to be like a big circle somewhere over there on the side, and now it's been moved here. This is all new, has been built for easy access. And then there's a fun pergola that's been built for, you know, imagine like couches, maybe a little coffee table in the middle, a nice little hangout spot besides your, you know, table for dining and grill area. So I thought that was really fun, and honestly, we could string some lights over it, and you could have a really nice evening hangout spot in your backyard. All these trees are fully in bloom right now. They did have flowers on them. There's a lot of pink flowers. The trees in the front had beautiful pink flowers. We'll show you some pictures. And then the backyard also had a beautiful pink tree, which blooms around April. Okay, so we already talked a little bit about the basement, and it has been fully finished. So it was an unfinished basement before. It's fully finished now. We'll take you there later. But let's go upstairs and check out the second and the third floor. Again, as mentioned before, you have this grand staircase going up. This is original staircase that was refinished. You still have all these wood panels that were here for 100 years and will be here for 100 years more. As you go up, you'll also notice the big stained glass windows. So let me show you a really fun part of this house. So there's a tour in the house that created this beautiful little space that has been utilized as an office. And actually it was utilized as an office previously, and now it has been transformed, you know, painted, new hardwood floors, and it's still a really fun office space. Okay, so as we walk around, you'll see there are plenty of really nice sized bedrooms. All of them have closets, again, all hardwood floors, refinished. This room was actually the original primary bedroom, if you could even imagine that. It is a really good size. You could still fit a king size bed. You do have a really nice closet in here too. And you do have an ensuite bathroom. But now this could be a great guest bathroom, guest bedroom, guest ensuite. So it is a really nice feature in the home. And I think it's perfect for a guest bedroom because it is kind of away from the primary suite, which has been part of the addition. This is another bedroom. I love it because it has its own fireplace. This fireplace is most likely not functional. It is, again, original. It's been painted and cleaned up, but it's been here for so long. It hasn't been used in over 30 years, so we really cannot say whether or not it's functional at this time. Another feature that I really love about this home that I want to show you is all the original hinges. Look at that. Look at this hinge. And look at these doorknobs. Like, incredible. Look at that. You'll see them throughout the second floor. As many as we could have preserved, we preserved along with the builder. We were helping advise him on some of these things because people do love these details in these historic homes. You have a really nice hallway taking you to what will be the laundry room. There are no washer and dryer in there yet, but it is all set up. And then you do have a hall bath. So this is the second bathroom of this level. Great size. You have a oversized single vanity. You do have a tub and a shower. And then this is all part of the addition. So this is all brand new. It is over the kitchen, that add-on spot that you saw. It has coffered ceilings. It's a really fun way to make your ceiling look grander. This fits a king-size bed, a bunch of stuff. You definitely could have still a piece here in the corner. You have a walk-in closet, which is very spacious. Lots of place to hang things, lots of place to store things. Incredible. All new windows throughout this section of the house. And then this takes you on to the primary bathroom. Again, really fun tile choices. You have a really fun pattern on the floor, standalone soaking tub. The sconce right over it, lots of windows. Kind of like a private spot for the toilet, and then you have an incredible shower. So you have this great tiled shower. Again, having a little more fun with the tile, LED lighting. You have a double shower head. And then double vanity, lots of room for him and her, or her and her, whatever, him and him. It's a lot of space for you to not have to fight over the counter space in the bathroom. And this also has a really fun feature of a small balcony off of the primary bedroom. You have lots of green to look at, lots of privacy. The floor is tiled. You could put a little chair out there, sip your coffee in the morning, and just enjoy the quiet. There is a fireplace in this room. This is an electric fireplace. It's not going to give you too much heat, but it could definitely warm up the spot just a little bit. But for ambiance purposes, it looks really nice. It is already wired for you to hang your TV over the fireplace. Great escape, right? This is a beautiful space for you to enjoy, almost like your little private oasis on the other side of the house. As we go up, there is a third level, but oh my God, I just cannot stop staring at these windows. How magical do they even look? Upstairs, third floor. Can't wait to show you. So, you know, back in the days, this was the maids' quarters, and they actually had their own staircase that would take them up. They did not use the main stairs. This was their space. This actually has a really fun kind of walk-in, hidden nook that could be like a play area. This room is really fun for kids because there's a lot of sitting areas. You could throw a bunch of pillows down. It's a really fun room. It does have a bathroom. So let me just turn on the lights for you really quickly. So it does have a Jack and Jill bathroom. So from this bedroom, you could enter the bathroom, and then you could also enter it from the adjacent bedroom. It has an oversized vanity, large mirror, and a nice walk-in shower. Subway tile, very modern, very, you know, this century vibe, but still having some fun with the details of the doorknobs. And this is the other bedroom on this third level, which again, used to be the maids' quarters. They had their own bathroom up here, and now it is air conditioned, heated. You have a large window. It's a really nice space. Again, we try to keep some of the old details that were here. Old hinges, look at that. How incredible is that? Like, look at the molding around the door. And then there's another fun room. Over that office that I showed you earlier, you have a little kind of hidden room. Look at that. Look at that, how fun. This floor I think is great for kids. You know, it's a nice fun hangout spot. I think they would love living here. Definitely fits a twin size bed in both rooms, even a full size bed if you really needed to, and like a desk over here. But this is a great third floor option for, you know, if you want to send your kids all the way up to the third floor. So as we make our way back down on this home tour, I just want to tell you a little story about the history of this home. The family that lived in this home in the turn of the 20th century. They went to fight in the war, and they used to write letters to their mother from the battlefield. And one of the letters that they actually wrote said how they miss hanging out by the fireplace with their family, which I thought was very sweet. And these letters are actually preserved in the Westfield library. So if anybody's a history buff and wants to go look at that, they're more than welcome to do so. And they'll find a bunch of letters from the boys to their mom, to their parents from the battlefield. Both of the boys actually died during the war, unfortunately, but their memory lives on through our stories. So I'm in the basement. I'm just kind of like walking around showing it to you a little bit. You have a fully finished basement along with the storage room, which is incredible. You have a really, I want to say that's 100-gallon, maybe 75-gallon water heater, enough to keep everyone's showers really hot. You have a furnace. There is a sub pump in the corner trying to keep all the water out. You know, this is not in a flood zone, but water does somehow make its way into the house whenever we have big rainstorms. So a lot of homes have French drains at some pumps in this area to keep the water out. You are in the family room with me of the basement, which is great for entertaining. Great to send the kids downstairs so they don't make a lot of noise upstairs. This also has a bonus room. It's not a bedroom because it doesn't have an egress window that firemen could get into, but it is, you know, a storage room. You could make this into an office. There is a sub pump here, but you know what? You could kind of hide that with a nice shelf, maybe some plants. Not a big deal. You do need it. It is a necessity. It does have a closet here as well. Honestly, just bonus space, more bonus space. There is a full bathroom that I kind of quickly walked you through on this level as well. You have a lot of room. So you have over 4,000 square feet upstairs and probably another 1,000 square feet down here. I hope you enjoyed this unique tour of a beautifully restored 1890s Victorian home. If you like this type of content, please subscribe, follow us for more, and we'll be back next week with another tour.